Hello, 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 hello. Good Lord. Crikey. It's good to be back. I'm gonna jump in the car real quick just to test sound levels and stuff like that because it's never how you left it. Hello. Sorry for the extended hiatus. But believe me, nobody's more annoyed about that than I am. So, a few minutes till race one, we get this kicked off. So just let me know if you can't hear me, you can't hear the car, whatever the case may be. Just let me know if anything is not right. Wow. Oh, this microphone. It's good microphone. Good microphone, that is. Good headset. Really good for a wireless headset, this is. Oh, rusty. Oh, this is going to be eventful. Been spending a lot of time with GT3s as of late, and it's kind of showing. Yeah, today, although not a big song and dance is being made out of it, I'm currently using the SimiCube Active Pedal Pro and passive throttle. But this is probably the worst possible combination with which to demonstrate the Active Pedal Pro because, for one, you don't get any ABS in the Porsche Cup, so there's no ABS signal to send out to the Active Pedal Pro, so you don't get any ABS effects or even tyre lockup effects. So it is just role playing as a normal standard pedal for me right now. It offers no benefit. It's a lot more interesting in GT3s where you do get ABS, but even then you don't get TC. So all will be revealed in the review, which is underway. But in a nutshell, it's a lot of blooming money for the benefits it gives most people. But I'm sure we'll touch upon that throughout the day. So I take it audio levels are all good, stuff like that. We'll run with it. Yes, leave a race. As far as I'm aware, the Active Pedal is not SimHub compatible. SimHub does have some mechanism for detecting wheel lockups and wheel slip, and that can send it out to, you know, for example, when I was using Simagic's HPR pedals, you could get a lot of different effects through the haptics. Game could be a little quiet. Do you mean could be a little quieter, or do you mean it is quiet? Tell you what, let's put one of these dials on for louder and quieter. Then I can at least change it. Louder, quieter. Right, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I think iRacing would benefit from passing the information through to the pedals a bit more. You don't get any TC telemetry, so if you have pedals that can do traction control effects, tough luck, you can't. Not unless you use SimHub, which relies on different telemetry. Yeah, I think the buttkit can do all that because it has a specific communication pathway. So in a nutshell, if you're buying an Active Pedal Pro for the haptics, it's far from the best or most efficient way to do it. The ABS effect is genuinely good. It is a really convincing ABS pedal, no doubt about it. But it's just so much money for what you get. Really, I believe the Active pedal should actually be called the Omni pedal, because it's that adjustability that makes it truly stand out. It ain't the haptics that you would buy an Active pedal for. It's the chameleonic way they can just adjust instantly. But even that isn't exactly seamless. So it's very situational. It's not like it's a case of pay more, get more. It's a case of pay more to solve a specific problem. And if that problem doesn't affect you, then you're just going to be throwing money away. But yeah, cooking the review. It's going to take a while to sort of write it out. But I've got one Active pedal, and I've tried it in brake, throttle and clutch mode, to make sure I'm not sort of talking rubbish. One thing I did notice is that, and anybody who owns one will probably agree with this, or will probably know what I'm talking about, but the Active pedal feels like a bag of bolts when you're not driving it. So when you're just sitting in your rig and you're pressing it, particularly if you're using it as a clutch or like a soft squidgy brake, it feels horrible. It's like really scratchy, grainy. But then when you got your headphones on, you're actually driving, all that disappears. It feels like the smoothest thing ever. I can't work that out. It's because it's a bit of a noisy mechanism that you just associate that with a scratchy feel. But when you can't hear it, you can't feel it. Very, very weird. Very odd. Right, here we go. Let's blow the dust off, blow the cobwebs off this. Whoa. Oh, a little front lock up. So we're still on track, still a valid lap. Just want to get a banker in. Right. Cold tyre banker lap done. Let's go for it. Oh, that was good. That was really satisfying. What a brilliant track this is. This is going to be great. It's going to be good. Whoosh. Yes, come on. Still got it. Right. Yeah, so we're doing good, Brenton. Doing all good. The past like 4, 5, 6 weeks have been spent recovering from like the mother of all flipping. It has to have been COVID. It has to have been. I've had that before, but that was when that was when the vaccines had just been doled out, so it didn't. It was kind of covered off. But you know, it's been a couple of years since anybody's had any jabs and whatnot, and that just completely bowled me over for like a week solid. And after that, it's just been recovering from the most persistent, annoying cough in the world. So if I'd have been streaming this last week, or even uh, if I'd have been streaming 2 weeks prior, I would have sounded like the blooming uh, I'm trying to think of somebody that coughs a lot, but I would have been coughing down the mic every flipping uh, 3 minutes, and it would have sounded uh, minus 1,000 aura. I've just been going around the house coughing around like like an old man. But I'm all good now. All good. Finally. It felt like it took a million billion years to shift. Well, I'm happy with that qualifying. Second, believe it or not, I'm actually trying to rehabilitate my safety rating here. You can see I'm at 3.8, just on the cusp of getting my A license back. So naturally, I've come to Porsche Cup and Brands Hatch to do that. Makes sense. Nikolai Pedersen. That name seems familiar. Is he one of the Pesk? Is he one of the Pesk people? I'm not sure, but either way, I'm happy with that. Super happy. Morning, Hawking and Paul and everyone else. Thanks for joining, by the way. Like I said, um, sorry I've been away. It's been a case of right. I can't really stream, so I might as well just get the long form videos done and the short form videos done. So I've been doing a lot, being really busy in the background. Checkered flag. Let's go. Oh, blimey! I thought it was raining there for a second. Now the clouds have just come in. The thing about the Porsche, oh, crew chief. I thought something was wrong. Forgot about him. I need him.
Radio check.
The Radical is beautiful. The SR8 used to be my favourite. The Radical SR8 used to be my absolute best friend. Hey CK, yeah, this is the GT Omega Inertia Seat I'm in a nutshell. If you're a 36-inch waist or below, you'll be fine. I'm 36, and basically it's just about wide enough to get me in. It's a little bit snug, but it feels pretty much fine. So, we're second on the grid. Oh yeah, there we go. Second on the grid. this is exciting. Please don't be a catastrophe in the first corner. Been looking forward to this too much to accept that.
The track temp is
Ooh,
27
here we go.
Celsius.
Okay, here we go. Exciting. Okay,
All right,
okay,
Daniel,
okay.
when
Right. Oh, bit sluggish. Yeah, he's got it. Oh, please don't lock up. Okay. Recovery from here. The starts need work. Yeah, okay. Need to go back to the drawing board on those then. Under attack from somebody that's feisty. Man, nothing's scarier. Nothing is scarier than a purple LED in this car. On that dashboard. Oh, he's around! Now, those some of you might recognise the name of the spinner just then. That's he's a V8 supercar Australian fella. Red Bull V8 supercar guy. Even he struggles with this, and he drives V8 supercars for a living. So don't feel too bad if you find them difficult and all. That was close. He's got a run. He's on it. Whoa! That's bought me a bit more time. That's bought me a little bit more time. Not much though, because he was absolutely on it. What a track. beautiful track, this. Feeling a bit comfier now. Tyres are warmed up a bit. I was not as confident as Rain was. Gap seems to be level now. I'm beating my previous laps, the green delta. Ooh, pay attention, man.
Last lap time was at 125.6. That's your quickest lap.
No. It's too much of a difference in speed then just to cut across. We'll get him. Even the sheer sight of a front lockup warning light is terrifying. At the end of the day, he was hassling me. Just gotta keep him under the spotlight. Stay close. and try not to pick up off tracks, considering I am trying to heal my safety rating a bit. I do want to go to A license again. Oh, he's so close to the grass. He's gonna crack.
Good lap. That's your quickest today. 71 pace, 0.4 pace. Stay close. See if we can settle it. That was at 125.5.
Come on, Rain. Crumble. Ooh, that was a bit of an overshoot. Caught that early. Doing a great job so far of just keeping me ahead.
Okay, Daniel, that's half the distance. That's 9 laps of fuel left.
The pressure cuts both ways. See, I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help him into a mistake, and I'm not exactly immune to that myself. It's not raining. unless it's from the sweat of the car in front. Tyre wear could always play a part soon. He's doing a great job. Cheers guys, appreciate the support all along the way. You got the support from all of you has been wonderful, so don't ever think I don't appreciate it. It's always amazing. Man, this guy's made of steel. I've been behind him now. I've been within a second of him for a long time. Ooh. Oh, these are the little wiggles. These little wiggles that he's having. They're the ones that you do not want to have in this car. They really sap your confidence away. Whenever something even goes a little bit wrong, it puts you right off. Looks like Havel Kostov had a incident of some kind. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. 3 more laps. Oh, I nearly made life really hard for myself then. That was a deep line. Good Lord, it's constant heart in mouth through these corners. What excellent combo. What an amazing combination. You can't get bored. It's impossible to get bored with this combination. Might be a bit tricky to overtake, sure, but you just cannot get bored with driving this thing. This is the fixed side. Oh, that was my one and only chance. That was my last chance. I was looking to get a run on him then. Oh man, gave it everything. I threw everything there. That was all I had. We were coming back at him at the end. Once tyres started getting tired, no pun intended, that was brilliant. Well done, Rain. I threw everything I had at you. What a boss.
Yeah, cheers Daniel, good race mate.
Oh, that was good. This is why even though GT3 is currently the thing I'm sort of in the fast lane with, Porsche Cup is just perfect. Porsche Cup is perfect for streaming, entertaining. It's never boring. That was brilliant. Ah, yes. Hey, Rosie. Dog's come to say hello. So let's take a little look at the little look at the start, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do is, and I wanted this to be a subject of an upcoming video, and it still will be, but I'm going to spend like a couple of minutes just refining the race start with these clutches. So I'm going to load up Brands Hatch in a test session and just work on that. So I need to set in the active reset run. Oh no, that'll do it. Active reset start point, active reset end point. And we're going to go over to the test session. Yeah, the IMSA kind of bores me to tears. Sort of. Depends what car you're in also. I just find that I get quite sick of the traffic. It's almost like a walking to your next London Underground train simulator when you're in multi-class traffic. You're just constantly getting in somebody's way or somebody's getting in your way. God, I haven't been to London in years. Yeah, Rain, sorry, I haven't got trading paints on. Yeah, did a great job there. Did a great job standing up to that, and I felt like it was coming back to me at the end. I've just loaded up trading paints. Because I mean, you know, what if you've had a massive fallout with Digital Race Engineer? Like a tremendous fallout, and it's like, oh, I'm not speaking to DRE ever again. There we go. I made this livery back in 2021. I made this livery back in 2021, and it's kind of timeless. There we go. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense to me. There you go. Simrigs.com. It's always good to be up to date and current. But clearly we must have raced together in the past before, because I've got the skin to start with, but just not recently. Then again, I haven't been in Porsche Cup for ages either. Ooh. A pastel McDonald's theme. Right, so I'm gonna do the thing that I was describing to you just a second ago. I'm gonna go over to the test session in Brands Hatch, and I'm gonna practice the race starts. And if you are rubbish at if you're rubbish at your race starts, then you don't go anywhere, because this will blow your mind. I don't want to public practice because I need the active reset. Sorry, I know you guys can't see this. 1 second. So, test drive. Test drive. Well, watch this, and you'll wonder where this information was all your life, or maybe you won't. Maybe you already know about this, but this will be the subject of a upcoming video. But as with a lot of my projects, I sort of start them, and then something else comes along, and I never get back to them. So the iRacing is just loading. Bear with me a sec. That was perfect, wasn't it? What a great race back. It's raining. That's not what I wanted. I didn't want that. Is there any chance of rain in this week's Porsche Cup? Oh, let's try it anyway. Let's try it anyway. Clearly, there must be some chance of rain. 1.3 chance of rain. So you're telling me out of all the test sessions, never mind. I'll still do the thing I was looking to do. So I'm going to go and run to the grid. And I'm going to go, let's say here, because this is where I was at the start of the first race. So active reset, custom sector point marked. I'm just going to reverse and see if it's got a little thing on the ground. Do I even remember how this works? And there we go. Yeah, I totally mucked that up. Nothing to do with custom sector. There we go. Active reset start point. And active reset run. Okay. Try again. So I know it's wet, don't worry about that. I'll show you how to use active reset to practice starts. You may already know about this, but if you don't, so active reset start point. So I'm now in my grid box. I'm stopped. I'm in my grid box. I'm going to set the active reset start point, and that's what that little blip was. And then I'm going to go up the road to, let's say here, because this would be the breaking point. There we go. Okay. So what that's done is it's put me back to the grid where my start point was for active reset, and my active reset endpoint is somewhere down the road. So what it will do is it will track my start times basically. So I'm now going to try a practice start. And it was 5.754. And I'm going to try a little. Now I'm going to try feeding the throttle in earlier, because I felt like it spent a long time with clutch slip. I'm just going to see if it makes any difference. So same again, but this time I'm going to try just being a little bit quicker on the clicker. I'm going to try being a bit quicker on the throttle feeding. Six hundredths, not exactly big. That won't really make much of a difference. Now I'm going to try with 3/4 throttle, and the bite point hasn't moved. Two tenths down. Awful. Okay. Just experimenting until I find something decent. So, going to try it again, but modulate the throttle a bit more. And if this doesn't improve, then what I'm going to do is start messing around with the bite point. I'm going to start coming down from 44% down to 43, 42, and just see what happens there. Okay, matches for best. Can you do a brake and throttle for comparison? I'm not sure how you do that, but I'm going to try it. I take it by doing a brake and throttle, you're basically kind of holding the car on the brake with no clutch involved. So basically like this. And then like that. Okay, so I'm using dual clutches at the minute, so that's when you have the two paddles on the back of your steering wheel. But you can also use the trigger, the launch trigger. Oh yeah, pitting resets your blooming start point. That's the only annoying thing about it. What iRacing really needs is a drag strip where you can practice your starts. I didn't even need to pit to change my bite point. I'm all over the place this morning. I'm in the habit of going to the iRacing launch trigger to do my bite point, but it's not in there anymore. It's in the Acertec Race Hub because I'm currently using the Invicta wheel. So I basically need to do my start point again. There's my start point. And there's my end point. So I'm just now changing the... I'll do a benchmark launch to start with. Yeah, it does pit. When you pit, it erases the starting points. But I didn't need to pit to do what I'm about to do. So what I'm going to do now is just set a benchmark start. This is how I would start normally. I'll try that again just so it wasn't a fluke or off pace. Okay. But what I'm hearing is that the engine sounds like the clutch sounds like it's slipping too much. So my bite point is probably too far out. It's not engaging just enough. So I'm now going to change my bite point on the Invicta wheel from 44% to 43. I've only got 5 minutes to do this. So my bite point is now 43. If you can see the Race Lab wheel telemetry down at the bottom, you want to watch for blue bar. So both of my clutch pedals are now pressed. I've released one, it's gone down to 43, and then I would feed it out. So I'm now going to try it with 1% tighter clutch bite point. Let's see if I can beat that custom sector best. It's about the same, but I did think it was a bit better. Let's try it with full throttle, full power, full guns. Yikes, okay. Now I'm going to try it with 42% bite point. And we keep going until we find the perfect balance. It's probably not ideal when it's raining, but I'm just showing you how you would dial in your starts. Try that again. Basically all the same, but 42% did feel a little bit better, I gotta be honest with you. So yeah, I got 5 minutes. I'm just going to do one wet lap of Brands Hatch, just because you never know. You never know when it's going to rain on you, as it has now. It might rain in the middle of a race. Yeah, fairly predictable, fairly controllable. All good. So just quickly, what is a clutch bite point? So clutch bite points, a real quick crash course, because I've only got a few minutes till the next race, which I need to register for actually, so this will be literally 60 seconds. But a clutch bite point, the clutch connects the engine to the wheels. When the clutch is disengaged, there's no connection to the wheels. So imagine if you drive an automatic, it basically means it's in neutral. When there's no contact between the clutch and the gearbox, that's neutral. So when you are on the starting grid in the Porsche Cup and you press the clutch in, you're basically releasing the clutch from the gearbox in a way. And the bite point is when the clutch and gearbox just start to make contact again. Because if you went from 100% clutch disengaged to 0% clutch disengaged, there'd be a lot of shock to the system and it would spin the rear wheels. It would either spin the rear wheels or you'd bog down. So there has to be a clutch bite point. A bit like if you're skydiving, you can't just hit the ground. You have to meet the ground softly, otherwise you're going to break your legs or worse. So a clutch bite point is when the clutch starts to meet the gearbox and smoothly feeds in. And a parachutist's bite point is when your legs start to meet the ground and you can nicely run on and survive instead of just smashing into the floor. So that bite point, it merely means when the clutch starts meeting the gearbox. We take it, 2 minutes, gotta register for this race, quick. There we go. Register. I'm just going to use a fixed setup. because it was actually really good. Love the fixed setup. How many races do I do per day? On average, literally, if you averaged out how many races I do per day, we're probably talking like 0.3. Whenever I do a race, it tends to be streaming days, like today. So this will be a nice little streaming slot, and I might do 3-4 races. Sometimes I've done like 6 or 7 when I've really been like committed. But often I do shockingly few races, all things considered. Because a big bulk of my time these days is just spent on video creation, writing scripts, filming stuff, trying to navigate that world. Between races, there we go. So I do very, very few races considering. I mean, you can look at my stats. So next race server is going to be up and running in a minute or two. In the meantime, what are my stats? Okay. So here's how many races I did per year. Since joining in 2010. This is how many races I've done per year. So in 2010 I actually joined in like September, and I was just hooked. iRacing was just amazing. So I did 212 races in the last quarter of 2010. In 2011 I did 329. In 2012 I did 48. So there was a real drop off then. In 2013 I did 23 races. 2014 I did 7. 2015 I did 1. So clearly these are the dark ages when I'd obviously just shelved iRacing completely. I was just focused on my job and stuff like that. 2015, 1 race. 2016, 2 races. 2017, 30 races. Right, we're coming back up now. There's a heartbeat being faintly detected. 2019, 28 races. Then 2020, it all comes flooding back. 114 races. 2021, 109. 2022, 52. It's almost that's crazy. Yeah, 2022 and 2023 were actually very little of that was actually spent racing, considering I was like in the thick of doing the YouTube stuff. Spent basically none of 2022 and 2023 racing. A lot of it will have been league races. Most of the races I did do during those periods were in leagues, and it doesn't count that. Morning Vivo, welcome back. Just loading up a new session now. Back in the like 2010, 2011, 2012, sim racing was just purely a passion, and I was doing Live for Speed before 2010, and then in the middle of the 2010s, like 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, they were the years when I was like, right, just gotta get my head down and try and build some kind of career in something that is worth my time, so that I can maybe one day do something when I'm like 40, you know. So the traditional club racing pathway, work until you're in your 40s and 50s, and then do a bit of the odd club racing. That was basically the trajectory that I put myself on a while back. And then, you know, life happens, you're moving with somebody, you buy a house and whatnot. that you know, that does take a lot of focus and attention away from other things. And then in 2020, this is a story. This is a story that does get told a couple of times, but in 2012 I attempted to, well, I entered a scholarship competition for MX5 racing in 2012, and when that kind of went good slash bad, like made it to the final and stuff, I was like mega surprised and pleased with that. But after that, I kind of got disillusioned with it all, and then I thought, just get a job so you can pay your way in when you're later on in life. And then in 2020, another scholarship competition appeared on the horizon, and I thought, you know what, I'm a little bit older now, a little bit wiser, let's give it a go. So I entered that scholarship competition, and it went kind of semi-badly, but that kind of spurred me into action. It made me think, you know what, I'm not gonna, these competitions are all rubbish. But you're not gonna get in that hot seat that you're competing for unless you have something to offer. If you're not well known or you're not connected, you don't stand a chance, really. I'm on wet tyres. Why am I on wet tyres? Why am I on wet tyres? I really hope that doesn't tick the laps over. Right, not got much time to do this now. So where was I? So yeah, 2020 kind of fueled me to just try something different and try and produce something, try and create something, become unignorable, essentially, and try and kind of come out my cave a little bit and become a bit more connected to this world that, you know, we all want to be a part of this world. Sim racing is just like a route in, a way to kind of pretend that we are. So it was definitely knockbacks. Failures are often the thing that changes your life into a different trajectory, and it depends whether you kind of get mad from it and you make some kind of action, or if it sends you into a spiral and you just kind of feel like, what's the point? So you're going to go one or two ways, and I highly encourage the former way. Just if something knocks you back, just let the rage kind of feed your self-improvement and inspire you to do something different. I know that was all really cryptic and not a very good way to tell a story, but I am qualified. I'm qualifying here. Hi, Bobby. And that was a really tepid lap. Whoa! Yeah, salvaged from the ashes. That's not too far off. Wasn't as good as the previous one. Yeah, Infiltrator. The funny thing with a Porsche Cup is that it actually, the gear you're in makes a big difference to the way it handles. Like that's true of most cars anyway. But in Porsche Cup, being in a higher gear, so entering a corner in fourth instead of third, can have kind of like a loosening effect, and it can really help corner the car in corners where grip is like, you know, if the car's prone to understeer in a particular corner, entering it in a higher gear tends to compensate for it. And also the car's got so much power that you don't really need to worry about what gear you're in on exit. It might be slightly better on exit if you're in the right gear, but it's all about the entry. Right, 1 minute left, 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna, I'll be right back.
That's the end of the session, P4.
Good luck, guys.
Right. Tell you what, you gotta be paying attention here. Nearly went to the grid on a quali set. Right. Start could be slightly different due to that bike point adjustment. So I need to be on alert. Being underfueled is a close second to being on dry tyres in the wet. I've done that once. It was gutting, absolutely gutting. Here we go.
The air temp is 19 Celsius.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I better start. Oh, 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 oh! Oh! Man, he was lucky then. Oh. That looks really uncomfortable. Rain is behind us again. He's so good on cold tyres. He's right there. And my safety rating went down last race.
Just done 24.9 P3. Your lap time was 125.8.
He's got to run. He's so strong in the early laps.
Clear left.
No.
Going out of track limits. Keep between the lines. Okay, Daniel, you're on this managed strategy.
Ugh. Man, when you miss that apex, you really know about it. There's a lot of pressure.
New fastest lap for Edison, 124.8.
Man. I don't really want to be picking up off tracks, but
That's your fastest lap today.
oh man, this is torture. We're just yo-yoing between each other.
That lap was at 125.5.
Need to sort that corner out. Got to sort that corner out. Need to try something different there. Not even halfway through yet.
Alright Daniel, that's good consistency, keep it up.
Right, I've nudged the brake bias back a little bit because I think That's what's missing from this corner. Three tenths up on the last lap, and yet he's still right there. He's right there.
The lap time was at 125.4. That's your fastest lap.
Oh! Oh dear me.
Still there. Clear left.
Let's assess what we're dealing with here. Ah man. It's drivable. Marshals haven't noticed how crab-like the car has become now, but yeah, so much for rehabilitating the safety rating. No meatball, thank God for that. Now I just got to drive 8 laps. Got to drive 8 laps like this. Well, I can cling on to 6 iRacing just by finishing where I am now, so I'll do that. That's a shame. That was a good chase. Good chase, but just a little bit off centre, and that's what can happen. Cheers, babe. Man, it's amazing how when you're put under pressure like that and you actually make a mistake, it's like all your little blood capillaries just flush open and you just burn. It's like your body becomes 5 degrees hotter. I wonder if I really lock in, can I get map? Can I get map?
Stewart's ahead is now 1.6 seconds. That lap time was 1:26.2.
Probably not, is the answer to that.
Track temperature's fallen. It's now 23 Celsius. That lap time was 1:26.0.
Oh, massive lockup. Massive lockup.
Pay attention to track limits. Free
Getting a bit too confident. Bit too confident with a curly whirly car.
It's now 2.7 seconds.
Sayonara safety rating. It was good to know you. Nice while it lasted. So the telemetry data that you can currently see on screen, that's RaceLab apps. And engine braking is a big factor in the Porsche Cup, in large part because without ABS you do brake softer. And generally speaking, engine braking can change the balance of the car. So the reason I go into that corner in fourth instead of third is because it changes the balance of the car in the corner entry. So if you go into a corner in fourth, it will feel somewhat loose. If you go into a corner in third, it will feel quite tight and understeery. Generally that's the case anyway. can see from the steering wheel, I'm probably about 10 degrees off centre after that damage. I'll be glad when this race is done.
Sixth place.
So Basil, the telemetry app you can see on screen is RaceLab apps. You'll have seen that before possibly. That's what helps to basically show the driver input that I'm making. Makes it clearer for you guys to see. Man, 10x. I was hoping to get my A license back, but that is not happening. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that probably Porsche Cup is just not conducive to keeping the A license. So maybe we need to pivot to something else. The ideal would be something like Super Formula at the Nürburgring, because you would cover a lot of corners very quickly. That'd be amazing, but then that would go to the wrong A license, wouldn't it? That would go to the Formula car license, not the sports car license. Maybe I'll see what's happening over in GTE or something. Right, cross the line. The first thing I'm going to do is let Rosie out. Let Rosie out for a short break, and then we'll have a look and see, have a scout around, see what I can do.
P6, that's the end of the race.
Oh man, shame about that. Wow, that was such a glancing blow and all. Nah. Total tank slapper. Now there is something that you can take liberties with in iRacing, because the moment they bring flat spots in, people are toast. That would be an immediate pit stop for new tyres when flat spots come in. So, yeah, good chase, Rain. It's just a shame.
Apologies for my outburst.
Shame it ended that way, but good chase. The pressure was ridiculous. The car didn't feel as good as it did in the fixed set. I'm using the fixed setup. Ah. Yeah, I'm using the fixed setup because I like it, but I didn't like it much then. Let me see. Yeah, we do want to quit. High attempts. Yeah, that made sense. Car was understeering all over the shop for a few things, but that'll teach me. It'll also teach me for believing I could grow my safety rating in believing that I could grow my safety rating in Porsche Cup. There's a GT4 race. How long does it last? 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Shall I? Shan't I? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Shall I? What's coming up? What's coming up next? Oh, it's such a bummer that IMSA. Such a bummer that IMSA isn't B class, or if you're over B 3.0, down to 3.49 now. Let's go for it. Let's go for a GT4 race at Portimao. I'm willing to sacrifice some of that iRacing to get that safety rating back. MX5. I cannot drive that MX5 anymore. I did an MX5 race. I did an MX5 race at Okayama, the rookie series, and I was absolutely all over the shop. I don't know what the hell has changed. Well, I've changed, obviously. But what on earth has changed to make it so loose? Yeah, the Fanatec GT3 race is miles away. Plus Watkins Glen. Watkins Glen is a real meat grinder, if you ask me. Marcy. That's a good idea, Basil. Yeah, it kind of needs a lens hood, doesn't it? Yeah, I might do that. That's a very, very good tip. Maybe I'll look for a toilet roll tube. I'll look for a toilet roll tube like that. So Marcy, you need to go into your garage before the race. You need to go into the garage, and there'll be a setting in there. In the Porsche Cup, you can also pick from the iRacing setups on the right hand side. I'll show you what I mean in a second. because I'm about to jump into the Falcon GT4 race and have a little look at this. Going in without practice, but it's all about the SR. I want to get back to A license, so I can join in the IMSA fun. I'm just looking in at IMSA, people streaming IMSA. I'm looking in from the outside through the window, just like, oh, because I'm B license and I can't do that. Yeah, Marcy. Just hold on for 60 seconds, and I'll show you where I mean. No way. You joking? 67% chance of rain. You having a laugh? Well, it's too late now. I'm in. It's too late now. I've walked through the door and I've committed. Besides, rain shouldn't really scare me. It should be a positive thing. Yeah, the iRacing menu has always been a little bit difficult to decipher, but once you're comfortable with it, it's okay. It's never been amazing, but it is tolerable. Yeah, it's dry. No rain. Right, I've got 1 minute and 10 to, even less now. 1 minute. I've got 1 minute to get comfortable with the Porsche Cayman. From what I remember, this thing is a bit understeery. Might need to up the 4-speedback strength a little bit. Yeah. Alright, stay away from the curbs in the Porsche Cayman. Oh yeah.
It's now 20 Celsius.
Thank you. There's always one moment in the stream where I go driving off and nobody can see it, which is a shame because you just missed an epic avoidance. One day I'll class myself as a professional, but today is not that day. Here we go then. Anyway, yeah, Marcy, sorry I forgot all about it. So, before you start your race, go into the garage, go into the iRacing setups, which will be just here. And there'll be a list, especially for the Porsche Cup, there'll be a list of setups that are named by the track. So, Brands Hatch means the full race, Brands Hatch Qual means qualifying. I can't see it here because we're on fixed setups and the setup is enforced, but you'll see that when you next go into the Porsche Cup.
We've got 2 laps to get the job done. The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 21. So
Right, this will test my knowledge of GT4s and Portimao, because we've got to make this qualifying lap up on the spot basically. Yeah, that'll be what it is. You would have loaded the qualifying setup for the race. Well, I know that I've transitioned to the Porsche GT4, but it is still a Porsche, and there is still a cup. There's still a cup somewhere in this room, so it still counts. There you are. Right, brake earlier for that. Ooh, windmills.
The leader's just done a 150.84. Sector 2 is 0.8 off the pace. The leader has just done a 150.26.
Now let's see how far off the pace I am.
E9, you're currently 2.0 seconds.
Ninth in a minute.
Sector 3 is 0.6 off the pace. Sector 1 is 0.46 off the pace.
Good, salvaged something. Nine-tenths improvement, which will still be down the field, but not as bad as it might have been.
You're now 1.2 off the leader's pace.
The improvement should come during the race, but ultimately, I'm here for the safety rating. I need to remember that before I get the old red mist. And that reminds me, do I still have my butt kicker doing the ABS? Yes I do. I don't want that. What an adventure. What's everyone else in? The Merc Mac. So nobody's in the Aston. I quite enjoyed the Aston when I did it in that Sim Racing Magazine League. It was alright by me.
That's the end of the session.
Oh, blooming heck, full safety blooming pace car lap. Fair enough. T10 and T11, that's when you've just gone over the crest and there's a double right. Sort of like a tightening J-turn, isn't it? Yeah, some experimentation would be needed. Good question. I would say I'm slightly biased towards understeer. A little bit. I tend to love a late apex. So late apex tends to be what I want to do.
20 Celsius.
So sort of like an understeer and then a throttle on closing into the apex.
Follow car number 16.
Yeah, there's no rain. Just need to remember, I'm just here for safety rating. I'm trying to rehabilitate my license back to A class, one step at a time. But what will happen is my competitive edge will take over and I'll get the mist. And I won't be able to help myself. Are we ready to be completely poleaxed by a rogue car somewhere? The guy starting this race. What has he done?
Okay, Daniel, here we go.
Has he called that right, or is he gonna... Oh, dearie me! Dearie me, dearie me, dearie me!
15 minutes left.
I knew it. I knew he had no clue what he was doing. And here we go.
We're right.
This ain't where you want to be if you're doing some safety rate and rehabilitation, is it?
Clear left.
What on earth? Silly man.
Forget about the start. Find your rhythm, mate.
We came out of that with nose clean, somehow. Oh, holy frame rate drop, man. This has got my PC sweating.
Knee left. Car right. Hold your line. Clear right. Left side. Still there. Hold your line. Still there. Clear left.
Yeah, get away from me, man. GT4s are quite relaxing, aren't they?
It's just 151.76. E12.
McLaren's got a good top end, isn't it? Oh. No, I'm here for safety rating. I'm here for safety rating. I'm here for safety rating. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Man.
He's still there. Still there. Still there. You're right. On your right.
I'm here for safety rating.
Right.
That's why I'm here. Don't screw it up.
Still there. Right side's clear.
Leave me alone, man. Everybody leave me alone. Give me a 5 meter exclusion zone at least.
Left side.
Oh my god.
Leader's just 151.27.
Still at 0x. I'm quite proud of that. How on earth?
Okay, Daniel, hold your nerve, just keep it smooth, no mistakes.
Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! A little nose peeker.
Left side. He's still there. He's still there. Hold your line. He's still there. Clear left.
No, 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 no.
Halfway home. Fuel is fine. Come right. Hold your line. Still there.
Right. I need to just swallow my pride here.
Hold your line. Clear right.
I'm here for the safety rating.
Sector 2 is 1.2 off the pace. On your left.
I'm here for the safety rating.
Still there. Clear left.
I'm here for the safety rating. 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 God. It's like picking up an electric drill and not giving it a little squeeze. I can't do this. It's like telling a dog not to bark. Or a cat not to do whatever cats do. I've honestly no idea.
right side. He's still there. Still there. Still there. Still there. Clear right. Car right. Right side's clear. On your right. Still there. Hold your line. Clear right.
Yeah.
Car right. Still there. Clear right. On your right. Clear right. Well done, Daniel. Good pass. Nice front. Push. Get this guy.
These faces, man. If he faces, I'm pulling. That's the face of a man fighting instinct. Here for safety rating. I did not want to get an off track there. A little fly in the ointment.
Behind us now. Not protect.
Yeah, Samu was very respectful. This is a long 15 minutes. What on earth? Longest 15 minutes of my life. Yeah, I'm trying to get my A license back. And I foolishly thought that I would be able to do that through the Porsche Cup races earlier on.
That lap time was 1:51.79. Good lap. What's your quickest so far?
Good God, we're only just now coming on the white flag lap.
Last lap. Lap times are improving. This is good.
I'm gonna say, what don't you like about the Ferrari? That's the thing we need to ask first. So what don't you like about the Ferrari? And then we can probably point you towards the right direction.
Alright, Daniel, you've used half your fuel. You're reeling, Fernandez. The gap is now 0.8.
Good Lord, thank God that's over.
Feel it. There's the checkered flag.
Yeah, in which case then, yeah, Jonathan, I would agree that probably the BMW is the best bet for you because it kind of doesn't feel. It feels very kind of like pedestrian. Yeah, the BMW is like probably the most beginner friendly of the GT3s. So the question then remains. I might save that. There could be some. The Merc is quite squishy. It has a very, very specific flavour. I happen to love the GT3 Merc. But the BMW is the one that feels most like road car-ish because it kind of is. It's really tall. It feels kind of. It feels like you can see the track easily. So if you like the MX-5 and you're just worried about GT3 being a bit too hectic, then I'd say the BMW would be your best bet. Right, so what happened there then? Was that worth it? How much safety rating did I gain from that? 12. 12. 12. Was that worth it? Nah. GT4 on a big track like that kind of sends you to sleep a little bit. Most of the danger and trepidation from that just came from the fact I was trying to dodge everyone else. Right, I'm gonna let Rosie the dog out for a mow, and we've got Fanatec GT3 is coming up, but it's at Watkins Glen, so that would also be pretty. Yeah, Brenton. Yeah, it should pick up. Momentum should pick up as things get by. But I'm just going to put you on the between races screen for 5 minutes while I let Rosie dog out. I'll just grab a quick drink and all and get ready for a couple more races. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. And then I'll probably head straight into the GT3 Fanatec Challenge with the Merc for no reason. Right, be right back. Hello again. So, registering for the next Fanatec GT3 race. Watkins Glen, 5 minutes time, it's coming up. Shouldn't need a tremendous amount of practice. Watkins Glen is the next league race event, which is on Thursday. I'm not sure whether I'll be streaming it, just because of circumstances surrounding that particular time of day. But I'm just loading up a session now. And hello everyone still watching. Thank you very much for joining me. You guys make this way more entertaining. So thank you for your time. So if you're registered for the 1:15 Fanatec GT3 race in a few minutes time, then might see you out there. But 11 corners. Watkins does tend to be okay for off tracks. I'm just trying to get out. I'm trying to get out the other end without having one off track. That's the ideal. Want to get back to A class and all that kind of stuff. Right, let's find out how horribly the fixed setup drives.
64 kilometers per hour. Exits clear, stay behind the white line. Fastest lap from Forest, 144.0.
Whoa, whoa, bumpy.
It's now 90 Celsius. Fastest lap from Forest, 143.7.
Fixed Merc is not too bad. Could be better, but it ain't that bad. However, they all feel pretty decent in isolation. It's when you race against someone else and you wish you had their car. That's what gets you. but I have been doing a lot of laps on Watkins Glen with the Merc, but with open setup, in order to get ready for Thursday's race. Thursday's league race with the Evolution Sim Racing League. Yeah, fixed setup means that you can't run your own setups. There's a selection of basically pre-built setups, and each car has it enforced. On the whole, they are pretty well balanced, but it doesn't change from track to track. So some tracks, one car might be a little bit stronger, some tracks another car might be, but ultimately it's about how familiar you are with the car. It's the same as how ACC does it. It's not about what car is strictly fastest most of the time. Only the top end of players will care about that. What really matters is how good you are in the car. And for some reason the Merc just seems to be in agreement with me. It's a bit understeery on power.
Track temperature's decreasing. It's now 19 degrees Celsius.
I would actually probably say that the Merc is the Merc is not really beginner friendly for one pure reason. It's quite loose on the back end, or it can be. I think it's slightly harder in its tyres. I don't know. I reckon your best bet, I've seen Apex Racing Academy. They put out these really useful pictures on Instagram, which are basically their opinions on what car is best for that particular week, along with tasting notes. So it will tell you if a car is difficult to drive or easy to drive. So if you check out Apex Racing Academy on Instagram, they do a good job putting that out, and I do read it. And it's interesting. The Merc tends to be usually in the middle on pace. The BMW tends to be somewhere near the bottom on pace, but this is with, this is splitting hairs, and it's got somebody driving it that may have a different opinion to you. It's a shame you can't just sort of test drive them all without buying them. You can only really do that around patch time, and that's always a little bit hard to predict.
Track temperature's falling. It's now 19 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, I would definitely consider the BMW to be one of the easiest to drive, which will be nice for your sort of, your transition into GT3s. You don't want to go for the thing that's the best but difficult. You're going to want to go for the thing that's probably even more neutral. And then you can develop onto your own kind of tastes from then. Get comfy with a BMW first, then you can move on to something else. And you always have a Ferrari to compare. Yeah, they will feel completely different, the BMW and the Ferrari. So you'll understand how widely spread they are. Ah, that blooming Merc. See, that's why the fixed setup is quite tricky on the Merc.
Just 144.2. V8, that shows you 2.3 off the pace. Sector 3 is 1.5 off the pace. The guy behind is just 146.0. The guy behind is just 145.9. Two-tenths off the pace, the sixth one. The leader is just 143.4. You're currently 1.2 seconds off the pace.
Yeah, I think maybe the Merc isn't quite on the cutting edge. A 143.4 is ludicrous on a fixed setup. But there we are. So that was nearly a second behind my fastest time on open free setup. Fast grid. Already is at the top anyway. Safety rating. It's the reason I'm here. 40 seconds to go till the grid lines up, and it looks like we're 10th. Very rusty.
That's the end of the session. 10th position.
That's the end of the session. Alright, let's get slaughtered. Tenth on the grid on Watkins Glen. I'm going to catch some shrapnel here, I can tell. I really, really hope that there's no crashes up the hill. Can't believe they've given us a whole pace lap to think about what we've done. Come on!
20 minutes. P10. Follow car number 15 in the right lane.
Yeah, it is dumb. It is dumb.
Catch up to car number 15.
Yeah, I've been in a few, Basil. Whereabouts are you? Yeah, as in like Europe. What continent we're talking? I'm assuming UK, but don't want to assume. Australia. The only Australian-based league that I've ever come into contact with. I've never took part. Never taken part in it, but I think it was Premier Endurance League, I believe. Or Premier Racing League, one of the two. So if you Google Premier Racing League Australia, you'll see something about it. I think it's the only one I know of. Another way you can find it is to keep an eye on Race Spot TV on YouTube and also Apex Racing TV on YouTube, and just keep an eye out for any broadcasted leagues that are in that time slot. I've been in UK-based leagues that have had Australian races before, but they've had to get up at the crack of dawn in order to race in them, and they indeed have done that. We're talking like 4 AM races, crazy stuff, but you know. But they have nonetheless done it. This pace lap's sending me to sleep. Come on, come on. No crashes, please. And no brake checks on a blooming formation lap either. Thank you.
Here we go. Be ready. Go, go, go. That's 20 minutes to go. 20 minutes. Left side. Clear left. Car right.
No!
Car left. Clear left.
Oh, wouldn't you know it? Oh my god. Wouldn't you just know it?
That's about you, mate. Okay, Daniel. Let's see what we can salvage from this, mate.
Ridiculous. It was somebody behind just not slowing down. Somebody behind not slowing down, steaming in, give me a whack at the backside, blah 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 blah. Same old story, but not at a point of a track I would expect. So now all I've got to really do is just do the rest of the race, hopefully salvage a couple of places. And you know, now it's about stemming the damage really. But there you go. But what a dull way to spend 20 minutes.
B16.
Maybe there'll be some excitement further down. Yeah, 4X isn't end of the world. Now it's just a chase, which is always fun. I mean, there have been some races that have started like that have ended up being the most fascinating and fun ones I've ever had. So yeah, let's get them corners in, let's get them laps in, let's try and catch up to the back of the pack, because they are all there. Once I catch the tail of that convoy, well, if I catch the tail of that convoy, then we could get some fun moments. your best shot will be, well, any league is global if you're prepared to wake up for it, I guess.
Lap time was 1:45.3.
But I can't personally vouch for any Australian focused leagues. I haven't taken part in any because, as I say, they'll be on the wrong side of the clock for me and all. So the only Australian league that I've ever been contacted by or had contact with is Premier Racing League, I'm sure. So if you search that, Premier Racing League Australia iRacing, I think you'll find your people. And there'll be more where that came from, for sure.
Keep it balanced.
Global leagues, Apex Racing League. There's a few there. But yeah, what you want to do is look at RaceSpot TV and Apex Racing TV, and you'll find plenty of global organised leagues there. And you just, if you like the look of one, then set it in your sights and give it a go.
Nice.
16th, good lord. Oh, that was nearly another incident point I didn't need.
Lap time was 1:45.4. Behind is now 2.3 seconds.
I'm doubting I'm going to get to the back of that tail of cars.
on the distance. The fuel's okay.
That's one down. We all just want to skip ahead and see what happened at the start. I'm sure.
Just done 145.6.
Seven minutes to go still. Good Lord, put me out of my misery. Yeah, the mid-corner phase in the fixed Merc is it's pretty miserable. It's very understeery. Understeery that phases into kind of power on oversteer. So this is my message to everybody that drives GT3 fixed. Don't stay there. Don't remain in GT3 fixed. I know it's a nuisance having to think about setups, but driving GT3 fixed is like eating toast without butter. You simply will not see the best side of these things, because they can be a lot more interesting than this when there's a bit of knife edge to them, a bit of jeopardy. But the fixed setups are kind of safe for a reason. It's so that the most number of people will be happy driving them, but it leaves you kind of understimulated. They're too safe, too planted. Last lap. I need to check out my graphics settings at some point and all, because the frame rates have been kind of poor. There'll be a setting somewhere that's on, but I just don't really need to be on, I'm sure. I mean, I know the PC's having to deal with the streaming as well, and that will hamper it, but it's definitely been noticeably worse. Yeah, the mirrors will make a big impact. And it's over. The torture is over, and no additional incident points added.
2 minutes. Yellow flag.
So at least there's that.
P50. Okay, we're done.
If there's a positive twang on the safety rate, it'll only be a little one. So what the heck happened? And what time is it? 54. Right, I'm not going to hang around too long here because there might be a GTE race or something. Well, that Ferrari obviously had a misshift or something. It just... There wasn't a great deal that could be done there. Was he holding his brakes though? None of it will really matter. None of it matters, so be it. Wrong place, wrong time, and I wasn't the only one, so no points. Crying over spilt milk? Is there? Right, let's have a quick look at the schedule, see what we've got coming up. Not a great deal. I gotta admit, this might be it. This may be the end of the road. I think it's. I think it might be time. Quick roll, we're ahead. I'm not even ahead. So I've had a few battered safety rating races and whatnot, but there we go. That can happen sometimes. That's what I get for going off piste and doing things other than Porsche Cup. Low energy, low excitement racing, that's what you get. So, yeah, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there because there's nothing coming up on the horizon that is going to be much good in the next half hour. So I'll leave it there so that you can enjoy yourselves and get on with your days. Bobby, I reckon if it was a couple of hours earlier, I might entertain it because it's a wet Watkins Glen, and yeah, if you ain't in the mood for it, you ain't in the mood for it. No point forcing it. But next time I'll just stick to Porsche Cup. I'll just stick to Porsche Cup where it's always a laugh. What is going to be next week for Porsche Cup? Now I think about it. Oh my god. Porsche Cup next week is on Virginia raceway. We'll see what comes out of it. Yeah, see you guys next time. Thank you so much for your time. But yeah, go and enjoy your days. Stick the kettle on, whatever you feel like doing, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a cup of tea on and sit there quietly with the dog for a second after all of that. But it's been fun. Those Porsche Cup races were good fun, and we'll come back stronger next week. This was just to break the ice, get back into streaming, and just have yourselves a lovely day. And I'll see you next week. Okay, cool. Have a nice day, folks. Thank you very much.